Yeah, now we are live. चल शुरू। बोल महालक्ष्मी मात की जय, श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। ओम पवित्रः पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतो विवाद स्मरेता पुंडरीकाक्षं सबाह्याभ्यन्तरः शुचिः। Take a little bit water on your right palm and sprinkle on your body. Om Pundarikaksha Punadamam, Om Pundarikaksha Punadamam, Om Pundarikaksha Punatumam. Then 3 times Achmani. Again take the water on your right palm and drink it 3 times. Om Keshavaya Namah Swaha, Om Madhavaya Namah Swaha, Om Narayanaya Namah Swaha. Then 4th time, clean your hands. Om Hrishikeshaya Namah Swaha. Hasta Prakshalanam. Tataha Bhale Swasti Tilakam Kuriyata. Hare Om. Om Swastina Indro Vedhasravaha. Swastina Pukha Vishwavedaha. Swastina Staracho Varishtanemihi. Swastino Brehaspatir Dadhatu. Prekhadaswam Marutaha Prishnemataraha. Sobham Javano Vidate Khujakmaya Agnisihva Manavaha Sura Chakshasho Vishveno Deva Avasagamaniha Bhadram Karnebhi Srenoyama Deva Bhadram Pasyemakha Virchitraha Sthirairanga Stuštuvagum Shastano Viryase Mahi Devahitam Jadajuhu Shataminno Sharano Antideva Jatrana Chakra Jara Santanunam Putraso Jatra Pitaru Bhavanti Mano Madhyare Rikhatar Juganto Aditir Dyau Aditir Antariksham Aditir Mata Sapita Saputraha Vishve Deva Aditihi Panchajana Aditir Jatam Aditir Janitvam Dyauho Shanti Antarikshagum Shanti Prithave Shanti Ravaha Shanti Raukhadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishve Devaha Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Rehi Jato Jataha Samihase Tato Lo Abhayam Kuru Shannaha Kuru Prajabhyo Bhayam Naha Pashubhyaha Om Susantir Bhavatu Om Susantir Bhavatu Om Sarvarishta Susantir Bhavatu. अबे हाथ जोड़िए बता देता हूँ नमस्कार करियो. ओम श्रीमन महागणपतये नमः. ओम लक्ष्मी नारायणाभ्याम नमः. ओम उमा महेश्वराभ्याम नमः. ओम वाणी हिरण्यगर्भाभ्याम नमः. ओम सची पुरंद्राभ्याम नमः. ओम माता पितृ चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः. ओम इष्ट देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम कुल देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम ग्राम देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम स्थान देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः. ओम सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः. एतत् कर्म प्रधान भगवती महालक्ष्मी सहिताय श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः. तत्रादौ संकल्पं कुर्यात्. Now next step after the punya avacham and chaturdas namaskara, next step is the sankalpa. So head of the household. Little bit flower petal, little bit rice chokha on your right palm and few drop water. Om Sumukhascha Kadantascha Kapilo Vajakarnakaha Lambodarascha Vikto Vigranaso Vinayakaha Domrake Durganadhacho Bhalachandro Gajanana Dvadasaitani Namani Japade Sranayadapi Vidyarambhe Vivahe Cha Praveshe Nirgame Tatha Sangrame Sankate Chaiva Vignastasya Najayate Shuklambaradharam Devam Sasevaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayita Sarva Vighnopashantaye Abhipsiddhartha Siddhyartham Pujito Jahasurasuraiha Sarva Vignoharastasmai Ganadhi Pataye Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. If possible, just repeat after me 3 times. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Now I am going to chant the sankalpa on behalf of you. ओम विष्णुर विष्णुर हरिर हरिहि ओम नमः परमात्मने श्री पुराण पुरुषोत्तमस्य श्री विष्णुराज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य ब्रह्मणो हनि द्वितीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवाराह कल्पे क्रौंचक द्वीपे रमणक वर्षे ऐन्द्रिक खंडे उत्तरी अमेरिकायाः न्यू जर्सी राज्ये बर्लिन स्थित सनातन हिंदू मंदिर स्थान विशेषे मासोत्तमे मासे शुभे पुण्य पवित्रतमे मासे फाल्गुन मासे शुक्ले पक्षे पूर्णिमायाम तिथौ वासरः वासरस्तु कौन दिवस सोमवार सोमवासरे शुभ नक्षत्रे शुभ योगे शुभ करणे जथा राशि स्थिते चंद्रे जथा राशि स्थिते सूर्ये जथा जथा राशि स्थान स्थितेषु देवगुरौ शेषेषु ग्रहेषु यथा यथा राशि स्थान स्थितेषु सत्सु एवं ग्रह गुणगण विशेषण विशिष्टायाम शुभ पुण्य तिथौ अमुक अमुक गोत्रस्य गोत्र नाम फैमिली मेंबर नाम बता कुटुंबनो नाम अमुक अमुक गोत्रस्य नानानाम गोत्राणाम नानानाम जनानाम अद्य अद्य भगवान श्री सत्यनारायण देवता प्रीत्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणोक्त वेदोक्त पुण्य फल प्राप्त्यर्थम अप्राप्त लक्ष्मी प्राप्त्यर्थम प्राप्त लक्ष्मी चिरकाल संरक्षणार्थम सकल मन इच्छित कामना संसिद्ध्यर्थम लोके वा रासभायाम तद्वारे वा सर्वत्र यश विजय लाभ आयु कीर्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम तथा च आधिदैविक आधिभौतिक आध्यात्मिक त्रिविधताप शमनोपनार्थम धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम भगवती महालक्ष्मी सहिताय भगवान श्री सत्यनारायण देवता प्रीत्यर्थम यथा ज्ञानेन मिलितोपचारेण पूजन पूर्वकम तत्कथा श्रवणम चाहम करिष्ये. Offer the front of the Ganpati. Now you have the copper spoon, so again hold the copper spoon with water. Tadangatvena means part of this Satyanarayana Puja. Tadangatvena prathamam Ganapati Pujanam, Kalash Aradhanam, Navagraha Pujanam, Deepa Pujanam, Digrakshanam, Chaham Karishye. Offer the front of Ganpati. So it was the Sankalpa. Now after the Sankalpa, next is the Digrakshan. So Digrakshan means we are getting the protection from all directions. So just close the hand and namaskar into all 10 directions. Om je tirthani pracharanti srikahastani khanginah tekhagum sahasra yojane vadhanvani tanmasi. Om prithvi tvaya dhrita loka devi tom vishnuna dhrita tom chadhari mam devi pavitram kuru chasanam. Om adhara shatyai namah. Then namaskar to this bell. Om agamanartham tu devanam gamanartham tu rakshatam घंटानादं प्रकुर्वीत पश्चात् घंटां प्रपूजयेत. ओम गरुडाय नमः. ओम पक्षिराजाय नमः. ओम घंटास्थित गरुडवाहनाय नमः. Then namaskar to this crunch. Shankha. ओम पांचन्याय विद्महे पवमानाय धीमहि तन्नो शंखः प्रचोदयात्. ओम शंखस्थ पद्मावत्यै नमः. सकलोपचारार्थे गंधाक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि. પછી દીવા છે, we have lamp, so just pray to this lamp. बोधीप ब्रह्म रूपस्त्वं कर्म साक्षे भग्नकृत यावत् पूजा समाप्तिर्स्यात् तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु ज्योतिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. ओम दीपलक्ष्म्यै नमः. Now after this, now we are going to first pray to this Lord Ganpati. Middle mass. Just take a little bit flower petal and rice. You have the Ganpati platter, correct? ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपतिगुं हवामहे निधीनां त्वा निधिपतिगुं हवामहे वसो मम आहमजानि गर्भधमातु मजासे गर्भधम् ओम अम्बे अंबिके अंबालिके नमानयति कश्चन ससत्यश्वतः सुभद्रिकां काम्पिल्यवासनीम् ओम विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्धिताय नागाननाय सूर्यज्ञविभूषिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते लंबोदरं नमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ओम सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभ लाभ सहित श्री महागणपतये नमः ध्यायामि ध्यान पुष्पं समर्पयामि offer to the Lord Ganpati. Then take again little bit chokha rice, very little. ओम मनोजोतिर्युगदामाजिष्य बृहस्पतिर्जगमिमन्तरोत्कर्ष्टं जगगुं सममं दधातु विश्वे देवास इहमादयन्ताम् ओम प्रतिष्ठा ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ समेत श्री महागणपतये नमः आवाहयामि आवाहनं समर्पयामि आफ्टर आवाहन आसन one flower petal ओम पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वं जडभूतं जच भाव्यम् उतामृतत्वशेषानः जगन्नेनातिरोहति ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः भगवते श्री गणेशाम्बिकाभ्यां नमः इदं पुष्प आसनं समर्पयामि. Then you have copper spoon, use 4 times spoon and offer the water to Lord Ganpati. ओम देव सत्वासवदो प्रश्विष्णोर्बाहुभ्यां पुष्णो हस्ताभ्याम् ओम एतानि पाद्यार्घाचमनीयष्टानि अपरडाचमनीयानि भगवते श्री गणेशाम्बिकाभ्यां नमः इदं पादयोः पाद्यं हस्तयोः अर्घ्यम् अर्घ्यं मुखे आचमनीयम् आचमनीयं सर्वांगे सुस्नानीयं जलं समर्पयामि. Then use the panchamrita. ओम पंचनद्यः सरस्वतीमपि जन्. You can share with me. पांच बका समझी चले first you offer then he will offer. So भगवान ने आगे तो ओम पंचनद्यः सरस्वतीमपि जन्ति सस्रोतसः सरस्वती तो पंचधा. So पंचामृत में कॉपर नहीं यूज करना. हमारा योगर्ट होय ने if you use then copper it get yes જેમાં યોગર્ટ હોય ને એમાં brass या कॉपर ये यूज ना करना. ओम पंचनद्यः सरस्वतीमपि जन्ति सस्रोतसः सरस्वती तो पंचधा सो देशे अवसरिता पंचामृतं मया नीतं पयोदधे गणपति निरूपण पंचामृतं मया नीतं पयोदधे घृतं मधु शर्करया च समायुक्तं स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम् इदं पंचामृत स्नानीयं भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ समेत श्री गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः पंचामृत स्नानीयं समर्पयामि. ओम पयोदधे घृतं चैव मधु च शर्करान्वितं पंचामृतं मया नीतं स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम् इदं पंचामृत स्नानीयं भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ सहित श्री गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः पंचामृत स्नानं समर्पयामि. पंचामृत स्नानान्ते अगेन वन टाइम वाटर. ओम शुद्धवालः सर्वशुद्धवालो मणिबाल तत्सुनाः सेतः सेताक्षोरस्ते रुद्राय पुष्पतये कर्णा जामाभिष्टारुद्रान भोरूपाः पारजन्याः. ओम भगवते श्री गणेशाम्बिकाभ्यां नमः शुद्धोदक स्नानीयं समर्पयामि. પછી કંકુ ચોખા ફ્લાવર ફૂલ सकलोपचारार्थे गंधाक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. ओम भगवते श्री गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः. Now we are going to chant the Sankatanashan Ganpati Stotram, and during this chanting you have to offer using this copper spoon slowly water to Lord Ganpati. Ready? Make sure you have the enough water. शुरू करिए। हाँ। ओम नारदुवाच प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं स्मरे नित्यं आयुष्कामार्थसिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षं गजवक्त्रं चतुर्थकं लम्बोदरं पंचमं च षष्ठं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजेन्द्रं धूम्रवर्णं तथाष्टमं नवमं भालचन्द्रं च दशमं तु विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं तु गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि त्रिसन्ध्यं च पठेत् नरः न च विघ्नभयं तस्य सर्वसिद्धिकरं परं विद्यार्थी लभते विद्यां धनार्थी लभते धनं पुत्रार्थी लभते पुत्रान् मोक्षार्थी लभते गतिं जपेत गणपति स्तोत्रं खड्भिर्मासै फलं लभेत संवत्सरेण सिद्धिं च लभते नात्र संशयः अष्टभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यश्च लिखित्वा समर्पयेत् तस्य विद्या भवेत् सर्वा गणेशस्य प्रसादतः इति श्रीनारद पुराणे संकटनाशनं श्री गणपति स्तोत्रं संपूर्णम्। ओम भगवते श्री महागणपतये नमः। अमृतोदक अभिषेकम अर्पणमस्तु। Now use the clean water, offer the water to Lord Ganpati, clean him, wipe him. And if you have extra water in the plate, so now you have the tapeli nearby you, make the water empty. Om Suddhavala Sarvasuddhavalo Manivala ओम शुद्धवालः सर्वशुद्धवालो मणिबाल तदसुनाः सेतः सेताक्षो अरुणस्ते रुद्राय पशुपतये कर्णा जामावलिप्ता रौद्रा नभोरूपाः पारजन्याः। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ सहित श्री गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः। शुद्धोदक स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। So clean the plate, just one flower petal, put it in the middle, wipe the Lord Ganpati and put it on the flower petal. Now next is the Narachari, red color thread. It is in your puja thali near the banana. ओम जुबा सुवासाः परिवीत आकाशं श्रेयान् भवति जायमानः तं धीरासः कमयो नयन्ति स्वाध्यो मनसा देवयन्तः शीतोष्णवास संत्रासं लज्जया रक्षणं परं देहालंकरण वस्त्रमतः अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छने। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री गणेशाम्बिकाभ्यां नमः। वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि, वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि। वस्त्रोपवस्त्रान्ते गन्धं red color powder changla। ओम कुमकुमं कामना देव्यं कामनी कामदं शुभं कुंकुमेनार्चितो देव अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छमे। ओम चोखा ओम अक्षताश्च सुरश्रेष्ठ कुंकुमाक्ता सुशोभिता मया निवेदितो भक्त्या गृहाणो गणनायक इदम् अक्षतम्। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ समेत श्री महागणपतये नमः। अक्षतं समर्पयामि। પછી ફૂલ ओम माल्यादीनि सुगंधीनि मालत्यादीनि वै प्रभो मया हृतानि पुष्पाणि पूजार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। एतानि नानाविध पुष्पाणि। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री महागणपतये नमः। पुष्पं समर्पयामि। પછી જે કપમાં બધા પાવડર છે ને, yellow color, pink color, orange color, right? So pinch your finger and little bit of all kind of the powders. ओम श्वेत चूर्णम रक्त चूर्णम कया છે તમારો વાસ્તે? હા બધા પાવડર। ओम श्वेत चूर्णम रक्त चूर्णम हरिद्राम कुमकुमम तथा सिंदूर सिंदूरेणार्चितो देव अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छमे। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभलाभ समेत श्री महागणपतये नमः नाना परिमल सौभाग्य द्रव्याणि समर्पयामि सौभाग्य द्रव्यान्ते today, right? Yes. Now take 1 spoon water, and this water do not offer in the Ganesha's plate. You have the one extra plate, right? Tamri chana agni. So in that. Yeah, in that. One time for dhupam and one time for deepam. Means lamp. ओम वनस्पतिरसोद्भूतो गन्धाढ्यो गन्धोत्तमः आधेयं सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री महागणपतये नमः धूपम् आघ्रापयामि. Now second time ओम सायं च वरति संयुक्तं भस्मनायोजितं मया दीपकं गृहाणमेव त्रैलोक्यमतिघ्नापहं दीपकं तं दर्शयामि. धूपदीपान्तराचमणीयं समर्पयामि. Pachi naivedyam nivedayami. Now take one banana in your hand and sprinkle the water on banana. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tasaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo naha prachodayat. Offer the front of Lord Ganesha. Om idam kadali phala naivedyam samarpayami. Then feed him 5 times. ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा ओम अपानाय स्वाहा ओम व्यानाय स्वाहा ओम उदानाय स्वाहा ओम समानाय स्वाहा. 5 spoon water offered in the your another tamri, another place. ओम मध्ये मध्ये पानीयं समर्पयामि उत्तरापोषणं समर्पयामि हस्तप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि मुखप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि करोद्गरार्धे गंधं समर्पयामि. Then use little bit chokha, little bit rice. Om hiranyagarbha garbhastam hema bijam vibhavaso ananta punya phaladamataha atah shantim prayachhame idam dharvadakshnarthe akshatana samarpayami akshatana samarpayami. Then take little bit flower petal and rice. Om Lambodaram Paramasунdaram Ekadantam Raktambaram Trinayanam Paramam Pavitram Ujjvala Divakara Karojjvala Kayakantam Viganeswaram Sakala Vignaharam Namami Lambodaram Namastobhyam Satatam Modaka Priya Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarayeshu सर्वदा. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि सुफलाभ सहित श्री गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः. इदं प्रार्थना पूर्वक नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि. 1 spoon water in another place. ओम अनेन कृतेन पूजनेन भगवान् श्रीमन्महागणपति देवता प्रियतां नमः नमः. बोल गजानन गणपति महाराज की जय. गणपति बप्पा मंगल मूर्ति. Carefully take the Ganesha's plate in your hand and just give it to me. Carefully, huh? Now next is after the Ganesha Puja, Kalash Puja. Kalash means water pot prayer. So you all have the kalash, right? So water is inside, so be careful. Use your right hand and touch the kalash. Om kalasasya mukhe Vishnu कंठे रुद्र समाश्रितः मूले त्वस्य स्थितो ब्रह्मा मध्ये मातृगणा स्मृताः कुक्षौ तु सागरा सर्वे सप्तद्वीपा वसुन्धरा ऋग्वेदो अथ यजुर्वेदः सामवेदो ह्यथर्वणः अंगश्च सहिता सर्वे कलशस्य तु समाश्रिताः अत्र गायत्री सावित्री शांति पुष्टि करी तथा आयान्तु देव पूजार्थं दुरित क्षय कारकाः. Now use the copper spoon and 4 times water, put it inside the kalash. So just take out the coconut and water, put it offer inside. ओम गंगे च जमुने चैव गोदावरे सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जले अस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु कावेरी तुंगभद्रा च कृष्णवेत्या च गौतमी भागीरथी च विख्याता पंचगंगा प्रकीर्तिताः. Now use 1 flower petal, turmeric powder, rice and all these three together offer inside the kalash. सकलोपचारार्थे गंधाक्षता पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. Offer inside the kalash. Inside the color. Now put the coconut on the top. Om Sreshchate Lakshmi Shapatanya Vahoratre Parshve Nakshatrani Rupam Asano Vyatam Maikhandikhana Mummaikhana Sarpalokam Ishana. Now little bit rice on coconut. ओम मनोजोत्र जुखतामाजीस्य बृहस्पति जगन्निमंतन त्वष्टम जगतुं समं दहातु विश्वे देवा स हिमादयन्तामो प्रतिष्ठा. ओम भूर्भुवस्व भगवते श्री कलशाधिष्ठित वर्णाराध्यावाहित देवताभ्यो नमः. आवाहयामि आवाहनं समर्पयामि. Then 1 flower petal. ओम पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वं यद्भूतं च भाव्यं उतामृतत्वशेषानः तदन्नेनातिरोहति. ओम भूर्भुवस्व भगवते श्री कलशाधिष्ठित वर्णाराध्यावाहित देवताभ्यो नमः. idam pushpa asanam samarpayami. Then 4 times water on the coconut. Om etani patya raghachmani yasmani punarachmaniyani. Om bhagavate Sri Kalsadhachita varnaratyavahita devatabhyo namah. idam padayoh padyam samarpayami. Hastayor argyam samarpayami. Mukhe achmaniyam samarpayami. Sarvange susnaniyam jalam samarpayami. And I think the Narachari is there, red color thread on the coconut, right? So just touch the red color thread. Om Juvasuvasaha Parivita Agasav Sriyam Bhavati Jayamanaha Tam Dhira on coconut. Tam Dhira Sa Kavaya Unnayanti Swadhyo Manasa Devayantaha. Idam Vastro Vastram Samarpayami. Now use the red color powder, Kanku, and each side of the color, means 4 sides, do the chamala, do the tilak. ओम पूर्वे ऋग्वेदाय नमः. ऋग्वेदं संपूजयामि. दक्षिणे यजुर्वेदाय नमः. कोकोनट या कॉफी लोटा ऊपर. ओम पूर्वे ऋग्वेदाय नमः. दक्षिणे यजुर्वेदाय नमः. पश्चिमे सामवेदाय नमः. उत्तरे अथर्ववेदाय नमः. मध्ये अपांपतये वर्णाय नमः. मध्ये अपांपतये वर्णाय नमः. Now kumkum powder, put it in the puja thali, and now take the flower petal and rice in your hand. Om namo namaste spatika prabhaya suswetaharaaya sumangalaya सुपासहस्ताय जटासनाय जलाधिनाथाय नमो नमस्ते. पाशपाणि नमस्तोभ्यं पद्मनि जीवनायक. जावत् पूजां करिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव. सकलोपचारार्थे गन्धाक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. कलशाधिष्ठित वर्णाराध्यावाहित देवताभ्यो नमः. Now carefully hold the कलश in your hand. ओम भो ब्राह्मणाः मम सकल कुटुंबस्य सकल परिवार सहितस्य करिष्यमानाय श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा कर्मांगतेन आशीर्वचनम् अपेक्षमानाय पुण्यं कल्याणं रिद्धिं स्वस्ति श्रीः इति भवन्तु ब्रुवन्तु नः. ओम अस्तु पुण्याहम् ओम कल्याणमस्तु ओम कर्मरिद्धितां ओम आयुष्यमते स्वस्ति Om Astu Srihi, Astu Srihi, Astu Srihi. Now gently touch it on your forehead. If possible, touch it on your right shoulder. Om Tadeva Laganam Sudidam Tadeva Tarabalam Chandrabalam Tadeva Vidyabalam Daivabalam Tadeva Lakshmi Patitendriyogam Smarami Lavastesham Jayastesham Kudastesham Paranaya Yesham Indivarashyamo Hridestho Janardana Jatra Yogeshwara Krishno Jatra Partho Dhanurdhara तत्र श्रीर्विजयोर्भूतिर्ध्रुवाणी तिरमतिर्मम ओम भगवते श्री कलशाधिष्ठित वरुणाराध्यावाहित देवताभ्यो नमः प्रार्थना पूर्वकं नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि right? 1 spoon water in the tamri in the copper plate. Anena krutena pujanena Bhagavan Shri Kalsadhishthita Varunaratyavahita Devata Sameta Punyah Vachana Devata Priyatam Namama Namama. Next is the Navagraha Puja. So, and you have the one betel nut sopari in the copper plate. You have one betel nut here. So take the flower petal and the rice in your hand, and next now we are going to worship the Navagraha Puja. Shloka. Next shloka is very common. Brahma Murari Tripurantakari. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhascha Guruscha Shukra Sani Rahu Ketavah Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu. Om Bhruvasvaha Suryadi Navagraha Devtabhyo Namah Dhyayami Dhyana Puspam Samarapayami. Offer of the Sopari or Navagraha Yantra. Then take little bit rice. Om Manoj Mudari Yukhatamagya Bhraspatara Jagamimantanottvarishtam Jagi Chokha Jagamiman Chokha little bit rice. Navagraha Upar. Om Manoj Mudari Yukhatamagya Bhraspatara Jagamimantanottvarishtam Jagi Samdhara Vishwe Devasa Yamadayanta Om Pratishtha Om Bhurvaswaha. The Parimat Om Bhurvasva Suryadi Navagraha Devtabhyo Namah Idam Avahanam Samarapayami. Navagraha. So આવાહન પછી આસન પતી ગઈ પછી નાવ ચોખા અર્પણ કર્યું પછી 4 વખત પાણી નવગ્રહ ઉપર. ओम एतानि पाद्यार्घाचमनीयस्तानि पूर्णाचमनीयानि ओम भूर्भुवस्व भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः. इदं पादयोः पाद्यं हस्तयोः अर्घ्यं अर्घ्यं मुखे आचमनीयं सर्वांगे स्नानीयं जलं समर्पयामि. अब नवग्रह सूक्त बोल थोड़ा पानी रेगुलर जस्ट ऑफर टू नवग्रह. ओम जपा कुसुम संकाशं काश्यपेयं महाबुधिं तमो हरिं सर्व पापघ्नं प्रणतो अस्मि दिवाकरम दधि शंख तुषाराभं क्षीरोदार्णव संभवं नमामि शशनं सोमं संभोरा मुकुट भूषणं धरणी गर्भ संभूतं विद्युत कांति समप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं च मङ्गलं प्रणमाम्यहम् प्रियङ्गु कलिकाश्यामं रूपेण प्रथमं बुधं सौम्यं सौम्यगुणोपेतं तं बुधं प्रणमाम्यहम् ॐ देवानां च ऋषीणां च गुरुं काञ्चनसंनिभं बुद्धिभूतं त्रिलोकेशं तं नमामि बृहस्पतिं हिमकुन्दो मृणालाभं दैत्यानां परमं गुरुं सर्वशास्त्रप्रवक्तारं भार्गवं प्रणमाम्यहम् नीलाञ्जनसमाभासं रविपुत्रं यमाग्रजं छायामार्तण्डसम्भूतं तं नमामि शनैश्चरम् अर्धकायं महावीर्यं चन्द्रादित्य विवर्धनं सिंहकागर्भसम्भूतं तं राहुं प्रणमाम्यहम् पलाशपुष्पसङ्कासं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सूर्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः इदं अमृतोदक अभिषेकं अर्पणमस्तु. Now use the clean water, clean it, wipe it, and the water put it in the vessel, the steel vessel. Om Gange cha Jamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Snanartham Pratigrihatam. Om Bhurvasva Bhagavate Sri Suryadi Navagraha Devtabhyo Namaha. Suddhodaka Snaniyam Samarapayami Suddhodaka Snaniyam Samarapayami Suddhodaka Snanante शुद्ध आचमनियम समर्पयामि शुद्ध आचमनियांते वस्त्रोपवस्त्रम. So in the copper plate put one flower petal, and on the flower petal put the navagraha. Now again use the narachadi, red color thread. Om Basoho ओम वसोहो पवित्रमसि सतधारं वसोहो पवित्रमसि सहस्रधारं देवसत्वा सविता पुनाद वसोहो पवित्रेण सतधारेण सुक्वा कामदुक्षः इदं वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः. वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि नवभिर्तन्तुभिर्युक्तं त्रिगुणं देवतामयम् उपवीतं प्रयच्छामि गृहाणा परमेश्वर. उपवीतांते. Now you have kanku and the chokha to do the chanda. Om Srikhand Chandanam Devyam Gandhadhyam Sumanoharam Vilepanam Surasreshtha Chandanam Pratigrihatam Sinduram Sobhanam Raktam Saubhagyam Sukhavardhanam Subhadam Kamadam Chaiva Sinduram Pratigrihatam Akshatascha Surasreshtha Kumkumakta Sushobhita Maya Nivedito Bhaktaya Grihana Parameshwara. Now flower. Om औषधेहि प्रतिमोदध्वं पुष्पवतेहि प्रसोवरी अस्वा इव सजितवरीर विरुधपालयिष्णवः. एतानि पुष्पाणि ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः. नानाविध पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. Offer all the flowers. That flower. Now use the all kind of powders. ओम अहिरिव भोगैः परयेतिं बाहुं जायाहेतिं परिबाधमानः हस्तघ्नो विश्वा वयुननिविद्वन पुमन पुमन गंग समपरिपातो विश्वलः. श्वेतचूर्णं रक्तचूर्णं हरिद्रां कुङ्कुमं तथा सिन्दूरेणार्चितो देव अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे. एतानि नानाविध सौभाग्यद्रव्याणि भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः. Then 2 times water in the another plate. ओम धूपम आघ्रापयामि दीपकम संदर्शयामि दीपकम संदर्शयामि. Then take one fruit in your hand and sprinkle the water. ओम भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Offer in the front of नवग्रह. ओम भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः. नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि. Then offer them 5 times नैवेद्य प्रसाद. ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा ओम अपानाय स्वाहा ओम व्यानाय स्वाहा ओम उदानाय स्वाहा ओम समानाय स्वाहा. 5 times water in another plate. ओम मध्ये मध्ये पानीयं समर्पयामि, उत्तरापोषणं समर्पयामि, हस्तप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि, मुखप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि, करोद्वर्णार्थे गन्धं समर्पयामि। मुखभाग then little bit rice. ओम हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतसजातः पतरेक आसीत् स्वदाधार विद्यामुदेमां कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम इदं द्रवदक्षिणां समर्पयामि। Then close your hand and 3 times pradakshina. ओम जानि कानि च पापानि जन्मांतर कृतानि च तानि सर्वाणि नश्यन्तु प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे इदं मंत्र प्रदक्षिणां समर्पयामि। Then flower petal and rice. ओम सूर्यः सौर्यमथेन्दुरोच्च पदवीं सनमङ्गला मङ्गलः सदबुद्धिं च बुधो गुरुश्च गुरुतां शुक्रं सुखं शंसणे राहुर्बाहुबलं करोतु सततं केतुं कुलस्योन्नति नित्यां प्रीतिकरा भवन्तु मम ते सर्वे अनुकूला ग्रहाः। ओम आदित्याय च सोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरु शुक्र शनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमः। ओम भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः। प्रार्थना पूर्वक नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। One spoon water in another plate अनेन कृपेण पूजनेन भगवान श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहाः प्रियन्तां नमः नमः। बोल श्री सूर्य नारायण भगवान की जय। Now it's our main puja, Bhagavan Sri Satyanarayana Puja. You have Salagram, you have the Murti, right? You have the Lakshmi Narayana Murti, and you have the Shaka. Now take the flower petal and rice in your hand. Next shloka is also very common. Shantakaram Bhujaga Shayanam. Do you need flower, Kavish bhai? Yeah. Yeah, we have enough flour. Ready? Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganashadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogaviruddhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanaatham Shashankachakram Sakiritakundalam Sapitavastram Sarasiruvikshanam Saharavakshasthalashoभितकौस्तुभम् नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजम् ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। ध्यायामि ध्यान पुष्पं समर्पयामि। It is deeper. It can contain the water. Now little bit of rice on the murti, not on the salagram, only on murti. Om Manojudriyukhadamajisya Brahspadaryagamimantaruttvarishtam Jagivumsham Dahatu Vishvedevasa Ihmadayantamo Om Pratishtha Om Bhurvasva Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Avahayami Avahanam Samarapayami. Pachi on all murti and all salagram, little bit flower petal for asana. ओम पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वं जदभूतं जच भाव्यम् उतामृतत्वशेषानः जदन्नेनातिरोहति। ओम भृगस्व भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। इदं पुष्प आसनं समर्पयामि। पुष्पासनान्ते 1 spoon water.
On the side, right?
No, पानी भरी लो. Do you need a water shot? You have the jug? You have the jug. Yeah. So 1 spoon water, hold it, and after the mantra, offer on his feet. Shalagrama kai feet. Everywhere is the feet, everywhere is the head. Right? Shalagram, it is called Nirakar. Sagun Nirakar. So God has the mainly 3 forms. One form is the Nirgun Nirakar, right? Like Omkar. And second form is the Sagun Nirakar. Sagun Nirakar means like Salagram or Shivlinga. This is Sagun, but it is Nirakar. And third form is the Sagun Sakar. Right? ओम एतावान् स महिमातो जायान् च पुरुषः पादो स विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। इदं पादयोः पाद्यं सालग्राम। इदं पादयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि। Again take the water. This time just in the water just mix little bit 1 flower petal, little bit kanku and little bit rice. So it is called Arghya. Yeah, I already did. It is called Arghya. Om Tripadur Udai Purukha Pado Seha Bhavat Punah Tapo Vikhum Vikramata Shashanana Sane Abhi. Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha. Idam Hastayor Argyam Samarpayami. Now again water. This water goes in his mouth. Om tato berad jayata berajo adhipurukhah sajato atyarichata paschat bhumi matho purah. Om bhurvasva bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya namaha. Mukhe achmaniyam samarpayami. Again water. This time on his head. Om Suddhavalah Sarvasuddhavalo Manibala Tadasunaha Setah Setakshu Varnaste Rudraya Pushpamaya Karana Jama Vrittar Rudrana Bhorupaha Parjanyaha. Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha. Suddhodaka Snaniyam Samarapayami. Then use the Panchamrita, 5 times Panchamrita. Om Panchanadyaha Saraswati Mapijanti Sasrodasaha Saraswati to Panchadha Sudese Abhavat Sarita Panchamritam Mayanitam Payodade Gritam Madhu Sarkaraya Samayuktam Asnanartham Pratigrihatam Payodade Gritam Chaiva Madhucha Sarkaranvitam Panchamritam Mayanitam Asnanartham Pratigrihatam Om Payaha Prithivyam Payo Kadhesu Payo Divyam Tarikshe Payodhaha Payaswatihi Pratisaha Santamahiyam Om Nadhikramo Vakarikam Jishto Rasasavaginaha Surabhino Mukhakaradapana Ayubum Khitarikata Om Gritam Nemiche Gratamasajonera Grate Sato Gratamasadama Anukadavavaha Madis Swaha Gritam Grakavakyapyam Om Madhuvakarikayate Madhukshiranti Sindavaha Madhvera Santo Gadehi Madhunatamuto Gaso Madhumatapathivu Gungrajaha Madhu Devrastunah Pita Madhumamdo Manaspatir Madhumamastu Suryaha Om Ikshusara Samudhuta Sarkara Pustikarika Malapaharika Divyasnanartham Pratigrihatam Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha. Idam Panchamrita Snaniyam Samarpayami. Panchamrita Snanante 1 spoon water. Om Gange Cha Jamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Snanartham Pratigrihatam. Idam Suddhodaka Snaniyam Samarpayami. Suddhodaka Snanante. Take the flower petal, kanku, and the rice together and offer to the salagram or on the murti. शकलोपचारार्थे गंधाक्षर पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि. Now fill the water. You have water, sir?
Yeah.
Now we are going to recite the Purusha Sukta, and during this chanting, just like to the Ganesha, just slowly offer the water. Om Shalagram or on the Murti. Ready? बोल श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय. हरि ओम. ओम सहस्रशीरखा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपाद स भूमिकुं सर्वतस्पृतवाक्यतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदकं सर्वं जतभूतं च भाव्यम् उतामृतत्वशेषानः जदन्येनातिरोहति एतावान् स महिमातो जायान् स पुरुषः पादोऽस विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादुर्गौरे पुरुषः पादोऽसेहा भवत्पुनः ततो विकुं विक्रामतः शासनान् सनेकभि ततोऽप्यरागजायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अतिरिच्य तपश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः तस्मात् जज्ञाः सर्वभूतः संभृतं प्रखदाज्यम् पशुंस्ताञ्चक्रे वायव्यानारण्या ग्राम्याश्च जे तस्मात् जज्ञाः सर्वभूतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दापुंसजज्ञिरे तस्मात् अजायत तस्मात् स्वा अजायन्त जे केशो भयादतः गावो हजगिरे तस्मात् जाता अजावयः तं जगं परहिः प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्यादिकयश्चे जतपुरुषं व्यदधो कतिधा विकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्यासीत् किं बाहु किमूरु पादा उच्यते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरु ततश्रितवैश्यः पद्भ्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातचक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोता वायुश्च प्राणशङ्खादग्निरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षगुं श्रीकृष्णोद्यौः समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोता तथा लोकाम् अकल्पयन् जत्पुरुषेण विखादेवा जगमतन्वत वसन्तोऽस्यासीदाज्यं ग्रीष्मयुमः शरद्धभिः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयस्त्रिः सप्तसमिधः कृताः देवाजतयं तन्वाना अवदनं पुरुषं पशुं जगनेन जगमयजन्त देवास्तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् देहनाकं महिमानः सकन्त यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः. इदम् अमृतोदक अभिषेकम् अर्पणमस्तु. Now take one flower from the Satyanarayana Bhagavan, from his feet. Yeah, can you believe? Just smell it. Smell it, touch it on your eyelid, touch it on your forehead, make one circle around your head and throw it back. Put it back. Clean your hand. Now use the water, offer to the Lord Sri Satyanarayana Bhagavan, clean him white. Ganga Sindhu Saraswati cha Jamuna Godavari Narmada Kaveri Sarayu Mahendra Tanaya Charamanvati Vedika Kshetrave Mahasuranadi ख्याता गया गंडकी पूर्ण जलेन समुद्र सहिता स्नानं सदा मंगलम. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः. इदं शुद्धोदक स्नानीयं समर्पयामि. ओम गंगे च जमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम्. इदं शुद्धोदक स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। ओम भगवते श्री सत्य देवाय नमः। क्लीन करीने एक પાંખડી મૂકો નીચે આ ઉપર મૂર્તિ નારાચરી લઈ ओम जुबा सुवासाः परिवीतागासौ श्रेयान् भवति जायमानः तं धीरासः कवय उन्नयन्ति स्वाध्यो मनसा देवयन्तः इदं वस्त्रोपवस्त्रम् ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि। And you have the yellow color Jagnupavit and you have the white color Jagnupavit in your puja thali. And if you don't have, just take the narachari. ओम जगनोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापतेर्यस्सहजं पुरस्तात् आयुष्यमग्रयं प्रतिमुञ्च शुभ्रं जगनोपवीतं बलमस्तु तेजः इमे जगनोपवीते बृहस्पति देवते भगवते श्री सत्य देवाय नमः यज्ञोपवीतं समर्पयामि। यज्ञोपवीतान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयं समर्पयामि। शालग्राम ऊपर ओनली द सैंडल पाउडर and a murti upar you can use kanku. Om kasturi tilakam lalata patale vakshasthale kaustubham nasagre varamautikam karatale. Prasad. We have almost 20 more minutes. Kasturi tilakam lalata patale vakshasthale kaustubham नासाग्रे वरमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कंकणं सर्वांगे हरिचंदनं सुललितं कंठे च मुक्तावली गोपाश्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूडामणिम् इदं श्रीखण्डचन्दनं भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः चन्दनं समर्पयामि। And you offer the kanku. Om kumkumam kamana divyam kamane kamadam subham kumkuminarchito deva atah shantim prayachame. Pachi chokha rice. Om rice chokha. Om akshatascha sura shrestha kumkumakta shobhita maya nivedito bhaktya grihnana parameshwara. Idam akshatam samarpayami. Now you have flower and tulsi leaf, right? So now we are going to chant the 108 names of the Lord Sri Satyadev. So anyone, flower or tulsi leaf, whatever you can use it. If you need more flowers, we have here more flowers. हाँ, एक पाखड़ी. हाँ, तुम क्या बाजू रखो? शुरू करिए। ओम श्री सत्यनारायणं देवं वन्देऽहं कामदं प्रभुं लीलया च ततो विश्वं जेन तस्मै नमो नमः। बोले श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय। ओम विष्णवे नमः, ओम लक्ष्मीपतये नमः, ओम कृष्णाय नमः, ओम वैकुंठाय नमः, ओम गरुड़ध्वजाय नमः, ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः, ओम जगन्नाथाय नमः, ओम वासुदेवाय नमः, ओम त्रिविक्रमाय नमः, ओम दैत्यान्तकाय, ओम मधुरिपवे नमः, ओम तारक्षवाहाय नमः, ओम सनातनाय नमः, ओम नारायणाय नमः, ओम पद्मनाभाय नमः, ओम ऋषिकेशाय नमः, ओम सुधाप्रदाय नमः, ओम माधवाय नमः, ओम पुंडरीकाक्षाय नमः, ओम स्थितिकर्त्रे नमः, ओम परात्पराय नमः, ओम वनमालिने नमः, ओम यज्ञरूपाय नमः, ओम चक्रपाणये नमः, ओम गदाधराय नमः, ओम उपेन्द्राय नमः, ओम केशवाय नमः, ओम हंसाय नमः, ओम समुद्रमथनाय नमः, ओम हरये, ओम गोविंदाय नमः, ओम ब्रह्मजनकाय नमः, ओम कैटभास्वरमर्दनाय नमः, ओम श्रीधराय नमः, ओम कामजनकाय नमः, ओम शेषशायिने नमः, ओम चतुर्भुजाय नमः, ओम पांचजन्यधराय नमः, ओम श्रीमते नमः, ओम शारंगपाणये नमः, ओम जनार्दनाय नमः, ओम पीतांबरधराय नमः, ओम देवाय नमः, ओम सूर्यचंद्रविलोचनाय नमः, ओम मत्स्यरूपाय नमः, ओम कूर्मरूपाय नमः, ओम क्रोडरूपाय नमः, ओम नृकशेरणे नमः, ओम वामनाय नमः, ओम भार्गवाय नमः, ओम रामाय नमः, ओम हलिने नमः, ओम कल्किने नमः, ओम हयाननाय नमः, ओम विश्वंभराय नमः, ओम शिशुमाराय नमः, ओम श्रीकराय नमः, ओम कपिलाय नमः, ओम ध्रुवाय नमः, ओम दत्तात्रेयाय नमः, ओम अच्युताय, ओम अनंताय नमः, ओम मुकुंदाय नमः, ओम दधिवामनाय नमः, ओम धन्वंतराय नमः, ओम श्रीनिवासाय नमः, ओम प्रद्युम्नाय नमः, ओम पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः, ओम श्रीवत्सकौस्तुभोधराय नमः, ओम मुरारातये नमः, ओम अधोक्षजाय नमः, ओम ऋगवाय नमः, ओम मोहिनी रूपधारणे नमः, ओम संकर्षणाय नमः, ओम पृथवे नमः, ओम क्षीराब्धिसायिने नमः, ओम अनिरुद्धाय नमः, ओम भूतात्मने नमः, ओम भक्तवत्सलाय नमः, ओम अप्रमेयात्मने नमः, ओम त्रिधाम्ने नमः, ओम भूतभावनाय नमः, ओम श्वेतदीप निवासव्याय नमः, ओम सूर्यमंडल मध्यकाय नमः, ओम सनकादिन्यध्येयाय नमः, ओम गजेंद्रवर्ताय नमः, ओम नराय नमः, ओम नीलकांताय नमः, ओम धराकांताय नमः, ओम वेदात्मने नमः, ओम बादरायणाय नमः, ओम भागीरथी जन्मभूमि पादाब्जाय, ओम सतां प्रभवे नमः, ओम स्वयंभुवे नमः, ओम विभवे नमः, ओम घनश्यामाय नमः, ओम जगत्कारणाय नमः, ओम अव्ययाय नमः, ओम बुद्धावताराय नमः, ओम शांतात्मने नमः, ओम लीलाधृत नराकृतये नमः, ओम दामोदराय नमः, ओम विराट रूपाय नमः, ओम भूत भव्य भूत प्रभुवे नमः, ओम आदिदेवाय नमः, ओम देवदेवाय नमः, ओम प्रहल्लाद परिपालकाय नमः, ओम श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः। स्तोत्र शतपूजां च समर्पयामि। सेवन्ते कावकुलचम्पकपाटलाब्जैः पुन्नागजातकरवीररसालपुष्पैः बेल्वप्रवाल तुलसीदलमञ्जरीभिः त्वं पूजयामि जगदीश्वर मे प्रसीद। एतानि नानाविध पुष्पाणि भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः पुष्पं समर्पयामि। Now after that all kind of powders. ओम श्वेतचूर्णं रक्तचूर्णं हरिद्रां कुङ्कुमं तथा सिन्दूरेणार्चितो देव अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे। ओम भूर्भुवस्व भगवते श्री सत्य देवाय नमः। इदं नानाविध परिमल सौभाग्य द्रव्याणि समर्पयामि। Now one tiny spoon in another copper plate called dhupa. Om Brahmanosya mukhamasi bahurajanyah kretah uru tadasya garvaishyah padhyagum shudro ajayata dhupam adhrapayami. Second time for dhupa. ओम साज्यं च वरति संयुक्तं वह्निनायो विदम्मया दीपकं विहान मे देव त्रैलोक्यं च विरामहं एकदीपकः संकर्षयामि। One more time. धूप दीपांते शुद्ध आचमनीयं समर्पयामि. Now whatever fruit it is in your puja thali, take one bitter leaf, fruit in your hand. Pan check. Nagarjuna pan.
Sprinkle little water. Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prayat Todiya Vastu Govinda Tubhyameva Samarpitam Grihana Sukho Bhutva Prashida Purushottama Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagnau Brahmanautam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Idam Naivedyam Samarapayami Nivedayami.
Then offer it 5 times. Om Pranaya, Om Apanaya, Swaha, Om Dhyanaya, Swaha, Om Pranaya,
Om Samanaya Swaha. 5 times water in another copper plate. Om Madhye Madhye Paniyam Samarpayami Uttaraposanam Samarpayami Hastaprakshalanam Samarpayami Mukhaprakshalanam Samarpayami Kadudvarnathe Gandham Samarpayami. Little rice. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavurtatake Bhuta Sajatah Pakareka Asita Saradadhar Prithyamute Mam Kasumai Devaya Habikha Videma Idam Dravadakshnarthe Akshatana Samarpayami.
then 4 times Pradakshina. Om Janikani cha Papani Janamantara Krithani cha Tani Sarvani Nashyantu Pradakshina Pade Pade Idam Mantra Pradakshinam Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha
Mantra Pradakshinam Samarpayami. Then take the flower petal and rice and do the final namaskar. Om Amogham Pundarikacham Nrsingham Daityasudanam Vrishekesham Jagannatham Bhagesham Varadayakam Gunatrayam Gunatitam Govindam Garudakhvajam Janardanam Jananandam Janaki Vallabham Jayam Pranamami Sada Satya Narayana Matah Param Durgame Vishame Ghore Satrubhi Paripidite Vividha Apassu Dushteshu Tatha Anyeshu Apijat Bhayam Namani Etani Sankirtya Ipsitam Phalamapnuyat Sri Satyanarayanam Devam Vandeham Kamadam Prabhum Leelaya Chatado Vishwam Jena Tasmai Namo Namaha Leelaya Chatado Vishwam Jena Tasmai Namo Namaha Om Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha. Prarthana Purvakam Namaskaran Samarpayami. 1 spoon water in another copper plate. Anena Kritina Pujanena Bhagavan Sri Satyadeva Priyatam Nama Nama. हमारा सैनिक कहाँ गया? Soldiers. Maybe they are downstairs.
both the brother Kirti Benna दिख रहा है नीचे गुलाब है हाँ गुलाब so 2 and you can also read 3 and I need 1 more.
People who can read,
हाँ
you cannot read.
young generation
Not next way, no.
young ना opportunity आपको है
Not that
practice होगा
Only young people can read.
Oh,
You cannot
only
read.
young.
That's right.
We have to just listen.
young generation
Read between the lines.
We are too old.
लोग आता ही नहीं.
We have to go through shower on that.
नाम से जरूरी है now you come. Om Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayeta. Om Aim Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Sit here. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shri. Yeah, I got one.
Take it.
Okay. Yeah, after. ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत। अथ श्री सत्यनारायण व्रतायां प्रथमोऽध्यायः। व्यासुवाच एकदा नैमिषारण्ये ऋषयः शौनकादयः प्रपञ्चमुनयः सर्वे श्रुतं पौराणिकं खलु। Now a story of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Bhagavan, chapter 1.
Once upon a time, while traveling the three worlds, Yogi Raj Narad Muni reached Yola, planet Earth. He saw the human beings suffering immensely. He visited the abode of Lord Vishnu, who alone can relieve the mankind from the sufferings. There, he met the almighty Lord Vishnu, with 4 arms having Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma, wearing Tulsi Mala in his neck. He started to pray and requested, "O Lord, you are the supreme power. Nothing can touch you. Not even wind or mind can get you. Your power is limitless. You know everything. You help your devotees to overcome their sufferings and sorrows." Hearing all the pleadings of Sadhu Narad Muni, the Almighty Supreme Lord Vishnu, knowing everything, asked Narad Muni, "O Narad, why have you come to me, and what do you want from me? Tell me, I want to hear the same from you." Yogiraj Narad Muni replied, "O Lord, I went to Mrittiloka, where I saw all kinds of human beings suffering in sorrow due to their previous karma. O Lord, the Almighty, there is no way that their suffering becomes less. So is it possible that they get complete moksha from their sufferings? If so, please let us know." The Lord at once replied, "O Narad, you have asked a very good question for the benefit of all humankind. To free mankind from all sufferings and to ultimately reach heaven, there is one birth, and today I will tell you all about it. Anyone who does Sri Satyanarayana's birth and puja in the right way will get all the pleasures on earth and will reach his goal." Yogiraj Narad Muni then asked, "O Lord, has anyone kept this fast before? This birth is done on which way, and how exactly is it done? Please do let us know all the details." Whosoever does Bhagwan Sri Satyanarayana Ji's Katha with Brahman and with his family with full rights will be relieved of his suffering and sorrows, will be bestowed with increase in wealth and wisdom, will be blessed with children, get overall victory, and increase devotion. For this prayer, one requires ripe bananas, ghee, milk, churi. After the prayers, all present must have the prasad and then take their meals together, and then sing, praise, and chant mantras of Lord Satyanarayana. By doing this, their wishes will be fulfilled. This birth in Kuya gives the boon very quickly.
This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami is over in the Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Vratakayam Prathamodhyaya. Bol Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan ki jai. The flower, whatever it is in your hand, offer to Sri Satyanarayana Bhagavan. Take another flower. Now chapter 2. अथान्य संप्रवक्षाने कदम्येन पुरादजाः कश्चित् काशीपुरे रम्ये यास विप्रोति निर्धनः क्षुत्रव्याभ्यां व्याकुलो भूत्वा नृतब्ध ब्राह्म भूतले दुःखितं ब्राह्मणं दृष्ट्वा भगवान् ब्राह्मण प्रियः. Now chapter 2. Go.
The Lord said, "O Narad, now I will tell you about the first person we did this fast. In a place named Sundar Kashapur, there used to live a very innocent Brahmin. In hunger and thirst, he used to roam for his daily bread. When the loving Lord saw the Brahmin in sorrow and begging daily, he took the disguise of an old Brahmin and asked him, 'Oh dear, why are you so sad? Please tell me all about your difficulties. Is there any way I can help you out? The Brahmin told the Lord, I am a poor Brahmin and I roam daily for bread. Do you know if there's any way to come out of all this sorrow? The old Brahmin said, Lord Satyanarayana Puja grants all the wishes of all the people. Dear Brahmin, this is why if you pray to him and keep this fast, you will overcome all your sorrow and get moksha. After telling him all the details of the prayer and the fast, the old Brahmin, eyed the Lord, disappeared. The Brahmin could not sleep that night. He kept thinking of the fast and the prayer which the Lord had asked him to do. In the morning, he woke up with the thought that anyhow he must do the prayer and went out for his food. On that day, the Brahmin got a lot of money from which he bought all the necessary things for his prayer, called his family, and did Lord Satyanarayana's prayer. By doing so, the Brahmin overcame all his sorrows and became rich. From that time onwards, he used to do the prayers every month without fail. In this way, whoever does Lord Satyanarayana's prayer will get moksha. Anyone on earth who does this prayer will be relieved from all sorrows. When Narad Muni noticed that the people on earth were eager to know about the other people who kept this fast, he narrated another story. The same Brahmin, now rich, a person who used to do the prayer every month without fail with his family. Once he was doing his prayer, a woodcutter passed from him. After keeping a bundle of wood outside the Brahmin's house, he went in for some water. The thirsty woodcutter saw the Brahmin doing his prayers. He bowed down to the Brahmin and asked, "Oh Brahmin, what are you doing? Please tell me all about it." The Brahmin replied, "To grant all the wishes of human beings, this fast and prayer is useful. I have acquired all the wealth and fame by doing this prayer of Lord Satyanarayana. After hearing about the prayer and drinking the water, the woodcutter felt happy. He ate the prasad and left for his house. Thinking of Lord Satyanarayana in his mind, he said, "Whatever today I get from selling the wood, I will also do this prayer." So thinking, he kept a bundle of wood on his head and left home. On the way, he went roaming in Sundarnagar for selling the wood. On that day, he got 4 times more money than usual for the wood. Feeling happy, he went and bought all the things necessary for the prayers and proceeded homewards. On reaching his house, and after cleaning it, he called his family and did the prayer with due respect. The reward of the fast was that he became rich and had all the pleasures of life on this earth, and in the end of his life, he went to heaven.
इति श्री स्कंदपुराणे देवाखंडे श्री सत्यनारायण व्रतकथायां द्वितीयोऽध्यायः बोले श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय. Now chapter 3.
Satyanarayana said, "O dear people, now let me tell you another story. There was a king named Ukam. He was very wise. He built a temple and give donations to the donors. His wife was a pious and beautiful lady. At the banks of the Madhushala River, one day when they were doing the Lord Sri Satyanarayana's prayer, a wealthy businessman was passing through them. He anchored his boat and went up to the king and asked him, "O king, what are you doing with so much bhakti? Most human, please tell me all about it." The king replied, "O merchant, I am praying to the great Almighty, the boon giver, Lord Satyanarayana for his son." The merchant, on hearing this, requested the king to tell him about the fast and prayed, as he was childless too. The king told him the full details of the prayer and fast. After hearing all the details, he decided in his mind to keep this fast. The merchant then left homewards. On reaching home, he told his wife, Leelavati, all about the fast and prayer and said, "We will do this fast when we get a child." One day, with the grace of Lord Satyanarayana, his wife became pregnant. In 10 months' time, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter. They named her Kala. Days passed by. One day, Leelavati slowly and sweetly reminded her husband about the prayer and fast and requested him to fulfill his promise. The merchant told his wife that during the time of Kalavati's wedding, it would be easy to observe the same, for at the moment he was busy in his business. So saying, he left for his business trip to various villages. Kalavati grew up to be a beautiful girl. When the merchant saw that his daughter was of marriageable age, he called the matchmaker and requested him to search an equal match for his daughter. Hearing the merchant's request, the matchmaker reached Kanchannagar. From there, he brought the proposal of the young handsome boy. The merchant liked the proposal, for the boy had all good qualities to him. He then spoke to the boy's parents and fixed his daughter's marriage. Unfortunately, the marriage was done with all the religious ceremonies and rituals. Unfortunately, the merchant forgot all about his promise to do Lord Satyanarayana's prayer and fast. Lord got angry at the false promise made by the merchant. The merchant, after a few days, left for his business trip with his son-in-law. They anchored their boat in a beautiful village named Rathanpur. In those days, King Chandraketu used to rule the village. The Lord was angry with the merchant for the false promise made by him, so he wanted to teach him a lesson. One day, all the thieves robbed the wealth of the king, and they went and stayed where the merchant was staying. Seeing the guards following them, they left all the loot over there where the merchant was staying and hid themselves. When the guards reached the merchant's palace, they saw all the king's wealth. Thinking them to be robbers, they handcuffed the merchant and his son-in-law and took them to the king and told him that they were responsible for the theft. The king, without questioning or listening to them, ordered to put them in a dark cell. Due to Lord Satyanarayana's Maya, nobody heard them. Even their wealth was confiscated by the king. At the merchant's house, thieves robbed all their wealth and his wife and daughter had to beg for their daily bread. One day, begging for food, Galvati reached a Brahman's house, where at the time Lord Satyanarayana's puja was going on. After listening to the prayer and taking the prasad, she left for home. By that time, it had become dark. Leelavati was worried. She asked her daughter Kalavati, "Why are you so late?" To which Kalavati told her mother, "Oh mother, today in the Brahman's house I heard prayer. By doing this prayer and fast, all your wishes get fulfilled." On hearing this, Leelavati started doing all the preparations for the prayer. Lord Satyanarayana. She did the fast and prayer and asked the Lord for forgiveness and prayed that her husband and son-in-law would return home safely. King Satyanarayana was pleased with the prayer and the fast. One day, he told King Chandraketu in his dream, "O king, you must receive the merchant and his son-in-law from the dark cell tomorrow morning. Give them their wealth and set them free. If you do not do so, the kingdom will be destroyed." In the morning, the king called the court people and told them about the dream. The court people, after hearing about the dream, came to the conclusion to free the merchant and his son-in-law. They asked the guards to bring the prisoners from the dark cell. King Chandraketu gave them good clothes, all their wealth, plus some more, and set them free. The king told them that due to their wrongdoings, they had to undergo the suffering, but now there was nothing to fear and they could go back home. They bowed down to the king and left homewards. This chapter
of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami Ji jo Bhariti Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Pradhyayam Tritiyodhyayah Bole Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan Ki Jai. Now give it to her. Now chapter 4. Yatra Turkarman Sadhara Mangalayam Purvikam Brahmanebhyo Dhanam Dattva Dhatu Nagaram Jayo.
Satish said the merchant prayed first and then gave some wealth to the Brahmin after starting his dream conference. When they went a little further, Lord Satyanarayana wanted to test them. He took the disguise of an old man and went up to the merchant and asked him, "What is in your boat? Give me little from there." In his ego and pride, the merchant replied, "Oh, old man, we have nothing in our boat except hay and leaves." Oh, on hearing such harsh words of the merchant, the Lord said, "Your words will be true." So saying, he went from there and sat on the bank of the river. When the Lord went away, the boat started to rise higher in the water. The merchant was surprised at first. When he went to check in the boat, he saw that his boat was full with leaves and hay only. Seeing this, he fainted. When he came to his senses, he was very much worried. He said, "How could this happen?" At this, his son-in-law told him, "Do not cry over this. All has happened because you spoke harshly to the old man and lied to him. Still, nothing is lost. You could go back to him and ask for forgiveness, and he will set everything right." The merchant, after hearing the words of his son-in-law, went in search of the old man. He bowed down before him and with respect said, "Oh Lord, please forgive me for the false, harsh words that I have spoken to you." So saying, he bowed down with tears of sorrow in his eyes. When the Lord saw the merchant in a state of sorrowness and crying for forgiveness, he said, "Do not cry. Listen to me, O foolish person, due to your false promise, you have seen all this sorrow and suffering." On hearing the Lord say this, the merchant said, "O Lord, nobody can recognize your Maya. Not even the gods or Brahmins know your wedding forms. I promise that I will pray to you." So saying, he asked for forgiveness. He said, "Please forgive me, and let my boat be filled with wealth once again like before." On hearing the merchant's words filled with bhakti, The Lord was happy and he fulfilled his wish. When the merchant mounted his boat and saw it was full of wealth again, he thanked the Lord and said, "With Lord Satyanarayana's grace, my wish is fulfilled. When I reach home, I will do his prayer and fast." So saying, he left homewards. When the merchant saw that his hometown Rathanpur is nearing, he sent a messenger in advance to his house to inform his wife and daughter of his homecoming. The messenger, on reaching the merchant's house, bowed down to the merchant's wife and gave them the most awaited news that the merchant and his son-in-law have reached Rathanpur. Leelavati had just finished doing her Satyanarayana Puja. She told her daughter to finish doing the prayer and then come and receive her husband and her father. Kalavati finished doing her quickly and without taking the prasad left to meet her husband. The Lord got angry at her behavior, so he drowned her husband with the boat. When Kalavati did not see her husband, she was shocked and fainted on the floor. Seeing his daughter in this state of affairs and the sudden disappearance of the boat, the merchant was shocked. He prayed to Lord Satyanarayana and asked him for forgiveness and prayed to the Lord to take them out of this difficulty. The Lord then made an announcement. "Oh merchant, your daughter in a hurry to meet her husband has left my prasad. Hence you cannot see your husband. Now when she goes back and takes the prasad with due respect and then returns, only then will she see her husband." On hearing the voice, Kalavati returned home, ate the prasad, and came back and met her husband. When the merchant saw this, he was very happy. The merchant then did Lord Satyanarayana's prayers and fast with his family every month. Finally, he had all the pleasures of life, and after death, he went to heaven.
This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami is over. It is Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Pratikayam Chaturdho Adhyayah. Om Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan Ki Jai. Now chapter 5. Again take the flower petals. Surji said, "O people, listen further to another story. A king named Tungadhwaj was famous for his generosity to his subjects, but he had to suffer a lot due to the disrespect he had shown to the prayer of Lord Sri Satyanarayana and his prasad, which he did not accept when it was offered to him. One day, when hunting in a forest, he sat down under a tree. There he saw a few villagers doing the prayer of Lord Sri Satyanarayana. The king saw all this, but due to his false ego, neither did he join them nor bow down to the idol of the Lord. When the villagers gave him the prasad, he did not accept it and went away from there." So after that, what happened? So when the king reached his kingdom, he saw that everything was destroyed and all his 100 sons were lying dead on the floor. The king realized that this had happened all due to his false ego. So thinking, he started walking towards the place where the villagers were doing their prayers. There with them, he did the prayer of Lord Sri Satyanarayana and had the prasad and charnamrita and put it in all his sons' mouth. By doing this, all his sons became all right. He got back all his wealth and comforts of life, and finally, in the end, after he died, he went to heaven. And Surji says, anybody who gives this fast with full faith and recite the prayers of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Bhagavan, all his wishes will be fulfilled. With the grace of the Lord, he will get eternity. The wealthless will receive wealth and will go to heaven, and finally will come out of the circle of the birth and death. In this way, whoever does Lord Sri Satyanarayana's prayer will be free from all sorrows and will ultimately reach heaven and get moksha. This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami is over. It is Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Pratikayam Panchamodhyayah. Bol Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan Ki Jai. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Bhaje Sridharam Madhavam Triyopika Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Glory Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan Ki Jai. Good readers.
सत्यनारायण देव दयाळु प्रभु सत्यनारायण देव સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સ્વાદિષ્ટ સુંદર મેવો સુધાર્યો સ્વાદિષ્ટ સુંદર
મેવો સુધાર્યો
વાલધરીને વિવેક
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
દૂધનો તોકન સાર કર્યો છે
દૂધનો
તોકન સાર કર્યો છે આરોગો સત્ય દેવ
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ મંડપ રચ્યોશુ શોભિત સારો મંડપ રચ્યોશુ શોભિત સારો પુષ્પ સુગંધી મેળ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ કલયુગે તમો સત્ય કહેવાના કલયુગે તમો સત્ય કહેવાના કરો છો કુશળ ક્ષેમ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ
દેવ ભક્તાદિન પ્રભુ આપ કહેવાના
ભક્તાધીન પ્રભુ આપ કહેવાના
ભક્તો કરે નિત્ય સેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દાસના દાસની
એવી વિનંતી
દાસના દાસની એવી વિનંતી વ્રત કરેલું બહુ છે
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ શ્રી સત્યનારાયણ દેવ કી જય.
Now we have Arati. So make sure everyone can get the Arati. So you can exchange quickly. First, give opportunity to our sponsors. આ ચેર જે છે ને આ બાજુ કરી ઓમ ભૂર્ભુવસ્વઃ તત્સવિતુર્વરેણ્યં ભર્ગો દેવસ્ય ધીમહિ ધિયો यो नः ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश भक्त जनों के कटनाथ जनों के स्वामी दूर करी ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो भावे फल पावे दुख विनाशे स्वामी दुख विनाशे दुख संपत्ति करणावे सुख संपत्ति करणावे ओम जय जगदीश हरे शरण करुणा की स्वामी शरण करुणा की तुम्हारे नारायण दूरा गोविंद दूरा आस करुणा की ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम्हारा परमात्मा को मरण करे स्वामी को Om Pranaya, Om Apanaya, Om Dhyanaya, Om Udanaya, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryan Karvavahai, Tejasvina Namastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamah Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamidaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. बोल श्री गजानन गणपति महाराज की श्री पवन सुत हनुमान की श्री अम्बे माता की श्री बालकृष्ण लाल की श्री गिरिराज धरण की श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की श्री श्याम रामचंद्र भगवान की श्री सत्यनारायण देव की श्री उमापति महादेव की हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर हैप्पी होली. Please take Aarti and we have Mahaprasad downstairs, so don't forget the Mahaprasad. Just 1 second online. One second. Thank you everyone. Thank you online devotees. Happy Holi.